alone in this sense because I've noticed these things and I'm like, okay, am I going crazy? Is this all in my head? So what's going on, y'all? It's the boy Vincent, repping the boy Vincent Fitness. We back again today with another YouTube video, classes in session. Now, your boys, today's topic, as you guys see in the title, is going to be the dark sides of self-improvement, or at least the things that in self-improvement that they don't tell you about. Now, guys, when it comes to self-improvement, you're going to start leveling up. A lot of you guys who are not kind of on anything right now, you know, you kind of like the butt of the jokes. You ain't really that dude right now. You're not really, people ain't really checking for you. Women ain't checking for you. Dudes not checking for you. Once you start to focus on yourself, put yourself first, and most importantly, you start building the boundaries. You start focusing on hitting the gym. You start reading books. You start studying, either learning a trade, you know, from my boys, you know, getting that CDL, or you get forklift certified. But what's most important is, you know, your number one thing is that you're gonna be focused on the self-improvement. You're gonna be improving yourself on all aspects of life. Like a video game, you're leveling up all your attributes. Like 2K, you got a great jumper, you got a good post game, you got a good three-point shot, you got good defense, good ball handling, everything. You're just focus on improving. The thing that they don't tell you about is, guys, once you start to self-improve, man, you're gonna get a lot of envy. You're gonna get a lot of jealousy. There's gonna be people around you guys that are just gonna be mad as hell because their issue is they're very content of where they are at in life right now. They're not really trying to improve, or at least they've given up. They've settled. They basically threw in the towel. And by seeing you self-improving, focusing on becoming the best version of yourself, they're not gonna like this, guys. It's gonna make them feel very bad about themselves. So they're gonna try and tear you down, whether it be trying to insult you through little jokes, quote unquote jokes, or directly insulting you or trying to try you. This is why for all my guys out there, you should definitely do some sort of martial arts, learn a little bit of jiu-jitsu, some boxing, just learn how to defend yourself. So if something were to happen, you at least feel somewhat confident that you can defend yourself in that situation. But that's kind of one of those aspects. So it's something that most people don't really talk about. It's just the envy and the negativity and the jealousy. But like one thing that I've noticed, especially I talk to my friends who are pro bodybuilders. One of my friends is actually competing in the Olympia, is the fact that before he actually achieved that success, most people was not really focused on him or paying attention to him, never reposted anything he did. But as soon as he got that Olympia qualification, boy, it was like, he told me it was like night and day, which is really funny to me. But at least it's not just you guys. You're not, for all my people watching it who's on that self-improvement, noticing these things, you're not crazy. It's not just you. It is a real serious aspect, something that a lot of people, they don't really understand. But what's most important is that you understand. So at least you don't feel alone in this, because that was something that I always felt really lonely about. Another negative when it comes to the self-improvement, guys, one of the things that's really annoying is like you're gonna get a lot of choosing signals from women, but you're gonna have some very insecure women where you'll talk to them and you can tell, bro, she's really into you, but she's in her mind, she knows, okay, I can't really play them games with him like I could do with Joe Schmo or Beta Billy, as they say. I can't flake on him, or I can't pull no BS, because more than likely he has options. And on the flip side, the other negative with dealing with these insecure women, guys, they're gonna want nothing to do with you because they know you can easily replace them. So in their mind, they don't want to be able, they want a dude that has obviously they don't want to do no females want. But at the same time, they ain't trying to deal with some dude that's got a lot of options. So what they're going to do is they're going to basically eliminate themselves by not giving you the number, or they're going to try to play games with you to try to get you to chase. But, most guys, man, especially if you watch some of these YouTube videos, that's like no dudes is doing that, guys. Never chase after no female. You should be chasing success, chasing your purpose. And another aspect, I know some of you guys are, all y'all focus on is the cheeks. Another thing is, especially, man, you have to learn how to kind of get women to start talking. This is something that I still kind of suffer with, because what I've noticed is I'll get a lot of choosing signals when I walk up to a girl and talk to her. Man, you can see, man, they're so nervous they can barely talk. You can see it in their face. It's like hilarious. It's really funny. It's really funny to be kind of on that other side of things, where you can kind of see the person getting all nervous. But And that's something, man, you really have to learn how to get, really get that mouthpiece crisp. That's something still to this day. I'm not perfect, guys. That's my biggest issue. My mouthpiece is not as crisp as it should be or it could be. But, we're always working here, guys. We're always on the self-improvement. We're always trying to focus on becoming the best versions of ourselves. And another thing is, too, guys, and not just with the women. Another thing is you can't really be introverted. So for example, with me, right? I live overseas. I live over here in Germany. So at my job, when I do go to the office, right? When I go to the office, I have to focus a bit more. I can speak German pretty well. I would say I'm B2, maybe C1 almost. I can speak German pretty well and I understand German extremely well. The problem is, guys, at the end of the day, it ain't my first language, so I really got to focus when I do go to the office, read these emails to make sure I'm not missing out on any information and make sure I'm doing my job to the best of my ability. So sometimes I don't really talk to my coworkers as much. And you'll notice certain women in the office, they start getting a little mean to me because they're like, oh, who do you think you are? You think you're better than us. But in reality, guys, I'm just trying to focus on my job, man. I'm trying to get this paper. I'm not really focused on clapping no cheeks from women from the office, especially with this whole Me Too stuff. We got to be real careful out here, my boys. It ain't like in our parents, your dad's day, back in the day, he was knocking women off in the office. You saw how they did Cosby. You got women from 1960 pulling up talking about some he did this or he winked at me. So, obviously you got to be a little bit more careful. But what I've noticed is if I don't be nice to them, or they won't talk to me directly because they get nervous. So you have to learn how to put yourself out there and speak to them. And like I said, guys, when I was younger, I was very introverted. So I had to learn all this stuff a little later, especially when I got on the self-improvement, because I saw how people were changing in the way that they reacted or interacted with me. So I had to kind of improve my game, kind of switch up the whole progress, so to say. So yeah, guys, those are the three things especially, man. Those are the things that you really got to worry about when you do get on the self-improvement. So I like to make these kind of videos, man, because I like to talk to other guys who I know that are doing very well, especially some of my friends who are doing better than me, because sometimes I feel alone in this sense because I've noticed these things and I'm like, okay, am I going crazy? Is this all in my head? But 9 times out of 10, y'all boys, it's not in your head, it's the reality of the game. And what I love most about YouTube is being able to kind of chop it up with you younger dudes who are on the self-improvement, who ain't making the mistakes that I made when I was younger. And you guys can kind of get to a point where as soon as you start leveling up, you can notice these signs and you don't get all mad or sad or depressed. You just focus on you look at it in a positive way, like, all right, now I'm leveling up. I'm finally getting choosing signals to the point where the women get nervous as hell when I talk to them. So yeah, guys, that's all I got to say today. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and as we always say here, make sure to focus on the negative, focus on the negative. Boy, oh boy. Make sure to control the negative, focus on the positive. It's your boy, repping the boy, Vincent Fitness. We out.